Archie, it's a big 6 months for you coming up. Do you feel that this is perhaps one of your final opportunities to impress Pim Verbeek ahead of the World Cup?
Yeah, I mean, there's not many more opportunities to play for the Socceroos, especially us A-League players, and I think we've got this game coming on Wednesday and the game against Indonesia. I don't think the European-based players can come back, so these are sort of the opportunities we have to take.
After one of the games that you did play for Australia last year, Pim Verbeek famously labelled you and Danny Allsop as hopeless. Did that act as a G-up for you?
I mean, obviously he's allowed his opinion, and obviously I would have liked it in maybe more one-on-one, but you know, that happens, and it's probably just spurred me on even more and wanting to sort of prove myself that I am not hopeless and I am capable of playing at an international level.
Of course, the big question about the A-League players at the moment is whether they're going to stay in the local competition or go overseas. Before the last World Cup, you went to PSV Eindhoven. Have you had those discussions with Pim Verbeek?
I think he's made it no secret that he likes his players to be playing in Europe or overseas, and obviously our season finishes quite early than most of the other overseas leagues. And, you know, but fortunately for myself, I've got the opportunity to be playing Asian Champions League and there's finals and stuff, so that might take me on and probably a month or so than the other A-League players, but I'm going to sit down and Pim and see what his thoughts are on me staying or even going. I mean, it's a tough decision, and it's hard when you've got a family and to uproot them, but I'm sure my family's behind me 100%, whatever decision I make, and I'm hoping that if I'll have to go overseas, that, you know, the club sticks by me or whatever I have to do.
It sounds, just listening to you there, as though your personal preference will be to stay with Melbourne.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like I said, I don't want to be uprooting my family again just for a few months, and obviously I'm fortunate again to be playing Champions League, so hopefully he can see that as quality competition and I don't have to venture overseas. But like I said, I'm going to have to sit down and talk with him and see what he thinks about it all.
You are, of course, one of only 45 Australians ever to have been part of a World Cup squad. How special is it for the players?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously I would have loved to have got on the pitch. I mean, that's probably what's motivating me more this time around, is to actually be part of it more. You know, more of a football sense of things, and being on that pitch and really, really enjoying it. But I just loved every moment. It was something that was very special to me, and that's why I'm so determined to make it again, because I just know what sort of atmosphere it brings, and it brings to Australia, and to be part of that again would be fantastic.
Of course, to be part of the World Cup squad, one of the currencies that strikers have to deal in is goals. You've scored plenty for Melbourne down the years, but you're without an international goal in 4 years now. Do you feel you're due?
God, I didn't realise it was that long, actually. Well, I'm definitely due one then. Yeah, I mean, look, I probably hadn't had as many opportunities to score goals or be part of the Socceroos recently. But, you know, this is a good match for me on Wednesday to hopefully show Pim that I'm capable of stepping up, and I've still got something to offer the team.
Talking of this game on Wednesday, you played against Kuwait in Canberra in the early part of last year, a game, of course, which you lost. Yeah. How frustrating was that performance? It seemed to be very evident in your post-game interview that the A-League players didn't perform to their capabilities that night.
Yeah, I mean, it was disappointing. I think it more was disappointing for myself, just due to the fact that I had come from a grand final win like 5 days earlier, and to suddenly, from a high to suddenly becoming, like, you know, I'd have to say worthless, because, I mean, it was just an opportunity for us A-League players to prove to Pim that we were capable of playing at international level, and I don't think we did it. I mean, to be fair, it was a young squad and there was a lot of debutants, and, you know, but really everyone expects so much from Socceroos now, and especially in our own country. So I was disappointed. I was very, very disappointed, and I'm just glad that now I've got the opportunity, hopefully, to, you know, obviously right those wrongs and have a good match against Kuwait and get 3 points.
Do you feel as though perhaps that night that there was an element of stage fright amongst those A-League Socceroos that perhaps won't be as evident now that we're 12 months down the line and there's a different focus, perhaps?
Yeah, I think with this squad we've got a good blend of overseas players and A-League players, so it's not just A-League players, so there are people that are playing at good levels overseas and that do have a lot more experience than the players that played against Kuwait in Canberra. So I think we've had a good couple of training sessions, or a good week, and I think we're fully prepared for this game, and I think we'll definitely put in on a better performance.